8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
You're on this side, honey. Left side, left side, left side. Over here. Please, please, please. Sorry.
That's our right.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Don't let him in yet, please.
We have 20 right now.
What about this one? That's coming down. This is one row. Okay, give me the other one. All 40 at one time. Okay, so we're all together. Okay, Jenny, you go ahead and take the group.
Okay, just the 3?
This is all the 20.
Oh, this is my 20. Let's go.
Y'all, can you wait for me right here if you would, okay? Who's in our system now? Oh, yeah. Early bird gets the worm, right? And hello.
Good thing I heard you're gone. I heard all the tickets are gone. I'll be the back narrator since Jenny's all the way over there. Yeah. So if you look around, you know, we have 7 different pools that are all connected by 13 different doors. So you can think of our environment as one big house, and we have over 7 million gallons of water. Cool. Really, really is. So some here, yeah, come on. They just do the show though, so they're kind of just hanging out. Because it's so big. Yeah. No, there's no bones or muscle in it. That's a good question to ask.
It's cartilage, right?
It is.
Yeah, it's all cartilage.
Awesome. So welcome everybody. So you're getting a great look at the boys. So we do have 5 whales here. We have 2 males and 3 females. A great question just popped up, so I'm gonna answer it, and it's about the dorsal fins. So anybody knows that the dorsal fins they're collapsed, right? So there's a lot of misinformation about the dorsal fin, but we actually know probably one of the best reasons is that it is so tall and heavy on the boys. There's no bones and there's no muscle in the dorsal fin. It's actually made of a dense fibrous connective tissue very similar to cartilage. And so they spend 95% of their lives right here at the surface. So with that dorsal fin being so tall and heavy, and them always being at the surface, gravity's always pushing on it. So it will collapse because of gravity pushing on it and how heavy it is. There's nothing steady to hold it up. Now, if you were spending a lot more time underneath the water with the stability of the water column, it would stay straight for longer. But eventually, more time at the surface means more gravity, so it will eventually collapse. So you're going to see a lot of killer whales in human care. They'll have the collapsed dorsal fin because of the gravity. Yeah. But a cool example of it is one of our California whales, Corky. Huge female, beautiful tall dorsal fin. She actually prefers to swim upside down. So she always has that stability of the water column on her dorsal fin. Unlike animals who prefer to swim dorsally, it's exposed to gravity. So it's really cool. It's very, very cool.
The alternative line to that.
Yeah, and there's actually killer whales in South Africa that have collapsed dorsal fins because they hunt animals close to the surface. They hunt great white sharks. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, obviously, yeah. So we do a lot of different things here with the animals, and we get to show you some of the behind the scenes things. So I'm actually gonna call them over, and I'm gonna give them a little snack, and you guys can get some very up close pictures. Sound good? Unfortunately not, because we don't have enough. Yeah. So I tap the wall, so I'm asking them to come over. That's how I kind of initiate the conversation. This is Makayo. He's the younger of the 2 males. Yeah. And he is Katina's son. And then here comes True. He's the bigger of the 2, almost 8,000 pounds. Very nice boy. True is very recognizable. He has freckles. So you can kind of see one of those freckles right here. All right. Love it.
You probably do a 10. Yeah, well, you got me. Because then I got to go on the other side.
Between 100 and 150 pounds of fish per whale per day. So if you look at the fish we're giving them something called herring. Herring is going to be that bigger fish. And then we got keeper, which is the smaller one. So that's what we're doing right now. Good boy.
You can go ahead.
Out with them. So there's different types of sessions that we do every single day. So it looks like this one, since we're just hanging out with them right now, we call this the session. Actually, she's going to do a temperature.
He's going to do temperature.
I'm just kidding. We're actually going to do something called a husbandry session right now. Husbandry is just a fancy word for healthcare. So right now, Stacy is going to get a temperature for Micaiah. So here at Seaworld, we're really, really good about being proactive in their healthcare. We like to take their temperatures every single day just to make sure that they're staying at their baseline temperature. So that way, if it ever were He's got freckles right between his pets too. maybe they're getting a cold or something, and we can, take the right measures in order to address that. Also, there's a pretty good look at his pectoral flipper. So Trua is an 8,000-pound killer whale. Might get a little bit bigger, but those pectoral flippers on the male killer whales, once they're fully grown, will be the same size as a car door. So that was a really good look of how big it actually is. Right here, you can see right there, there's that rectal temperature that we're getting. That long string you're looking at is a thermometer, and it does go on their gentle slits, and it does go. Yeah, so we don't do temperatures from the mouth, it is a rectal temperature. Also, since he's upside down, you can get a really good look at his belly button. Killer whales do have belly buttons, and I think that's a really cute feature on them. It's that little black dot right in the center of their belly. Also, while they're upside down, maybe you've got a put that thermometer probe up. So that's how we tell boys and girls apart, is by looking at their bellies. So on male killer whales, they have that long genital slit, which is where the thermometer went up to. And then they're going to have a little dot right underneath it. So on a boy's belly, it's going to look like an exclamation point. But if you had a girl rolled upside down like this, you would see that long genital slit, but then you would see two little dots on the sides of it. It looks like a division symbol. That's because killer whales are mammals. They do feed their young, so the female killer whales will feed their young. So those two little dots are the mammary glands that are right on the side of it. So if you've ever wondered how we tell boys apart from girls, that's going to be how. So still just doing that temperature. It does take a couple of minutes. We do it on all 5 killer whales every single day. Some other husbandry things that we might do during this session are give them Jello. Jello is a really good way we can give our killer whales hydration. Once again, we're super proactive in their health care. And how do you make Jello? You make Jello by a little bit of powder and a lot of water. So a ton of hydration for them because they live in salt water. They can't drink the salt water that they're in. They get most of it from their food, and that food is plenty of hydration for them, but you can never drink too much water, right? So we like to give them a whole bunch of hydration. Some other things that we do are tooth flushes. We like to kind of like the equivalent of brushing their teeth every split. Alrighty guys, so we have another side that we're going to introduce you to. We're going to go visit our girls. So you guys got to meet our boys for a little bit. So let's congregate together and we're going to start looking that way. Alright, I'm good when you are.
There we go.
I did. So I gotta keep track of. Yep. Okay, guys, stay towards the fence. Alrighty, friends, let's all make our way this way. Make sure we stay with me. Please don't get lost in the other group of girls. So all of you guys are in for a treat. Not only do we take care of killer whales, but our training team is also responsible for taking care of 5 different birds. So if you look down there, you're going to see Cassandra holding one of our birds. Her name is Olive. She is a ground falcon. I believe it's a Caracara. Cass is the bird expert, so she will tell you the exact species. Where are we at this congregation?
We do ambassador program too. We've been outreach. Yeah. We have eagles and we'll be beginning of our show. Yeah.
Alrighty guys, yep, you can come all the way over here.
Everybody's having a good time here watching.
our whales. We might have a little peekaboo behind us here. Still on behind our shoulder. And this little lady is Olive. She is a rescued crested Caracara, which is a type of falcon. So Olive has been with us now for just about 17 years. And she was rescued right here in Florida, was found just a couple of days old and brought to the Audubon Center for Birds of Prey. Unfortunately, they tried to pair her up with an adult female in hopes that she would be raised by another Caracara. The ultimate goal for any bird of prey is to get them back out in the wild, but that female did not take to her, so she had to be raised by people because of her age. And because of that, she is considered an imprinted bird. She is very, very fond of attention. You'll see her like bow her head and stuff, try to ask for head scratches. She sees people as sources of food and attention. And the whales are obviously loving this right now. Like, what is that thing over here? So bringing her out like this is, we were actually asked to be at her forever home, so she's been with us ever since. And Olive is one of those awesome birds that comes out, gets to interact with our guests, gets to meet you guys. Obviously the whales really like it too because it's something unique and different. So I'll bring her to like the underwater viewing window and whatnot, and she gets to interact with whales. But she's actually been all over the U.S. She's been able to travel. She's been on the news all the way up to different states as well. Gotten to travel to the White House, stuff like that. So she's a superstar when it comes to traveling.
Is she related to the eagle?
No, they are not. So
They look a little...
they look very similar. Yeah, the bald eagles have that yellowish
When you
face.
just look at the beak, yeah.
Yeah, that beak right here is nice and sharp. Falcons and eagles technically belong in the same family. Hawks are a little bit different from that. She is technically a falcon, so that's why they have those similarities. But this type of falcon is a lot smaller than the bald eagles. However, if you've ever seen the Mexican flag, you have seen one of these birds because they are the national bird of Mexico, and they are the bird that is in the middle of the Mexican flag. So they are native to Mexico and Central America. They are also found here in Florida. Most of the time when you think of birds of prey, you're going to want to look up. These ones you're looking down. They are ground falcons. They are going to run around, use those powerful legs of theirs to be able to grab prey. And they have that dark back to help them to blend in with the ground. So it looks just like the shadows in there. That orange face of hers can actually change color quite a bit, between like a darkish red all the way up to a pale yellow, the same color as her feet. So she's a very expressive little bird. She's 17 years old, turning 18 this next year. She actually got to go to prom this year for her birthday, which was really fun.
There we go.
And her birthday was on what we think is her birthday. She's only like 2 or 3 days old when she was rescued. So her birthday is June 6th, 2006. She's a superstar. We're very lucky to have her here with us. And I've been able to form a really close bond with her, which is why every once in a while you'll see her bow her head, especially when my hands are near her face. She is trying to ask for attention. That is one of the things that she finds very reinforcing. Typically when birds of prey are around here, they do not want to be touched. And you don't want to touch them because they have that super sharp bill. But she asks for that kind of attention. Very reinforcing for her, and I want to reinforce her, especially because she has someone right behind her watching her, and all the people in the front as well. So this is really good for her. I think so good. I know, Melanie, you just see her.
So when they're faced like that, it's hard to tell. I have to speak.
You see the little whale up there?
So, anyways, there's an eye.
What is that? Do you guys have any questions at all about Olive or any of our whales here that you've seen today?
You said the face changes color like in a moment or from month to month?
It's like a split second. I was actually hoping she would do it, but when she gets really excitable, she'll change like that. It'll go from like bright red to almost a white color on that face. And you can kind of see it right at the very front by her beak right there. Mm-hmm. It'll be very pale, but the rest of her face goes very pale. She'll typically vocalize when that happens as well. It's almost like, I like to think of it like, when you get excited, your face turns a little red, right? Or you are working out, your face turns red. You can be embarrassed or angry. Same thing goes for her, but in the opposite direction. So when she is overstimulated, is what we like to call it, or like really excitable, for whatever reason that is, she changes color.
Figures like this is funny, right?
You see her?
Can't believe it.
Look at you.
Oh, she's really showing off.
What is that?
What in the world? Wow, we're getting, look at they all paid for this and we're getting a better view. You know what they're saying?
Lonnie. She is our middle child when it comes to the girls. Leah, who's been swimming underneath her, is the youngest at 16. This little lady is 17. And then Katina, who's also her mom, is swimming around right next door, and she's our 47-year-old.
So they do have really, really good vision above the water and beneath it. So they have a gelatinous mucus on top of their eyes that act as goggles for them when they're under the water, but they can also see really good above it. So do you guys see where her eyeballs are? They're right beneath and kind of in front of that white eye patch. So you can see how small they are in comparison to the rest of their bodies. But that's a really good view of it, because sometimes it can be really hard to see what's happening. So she's looking at all of you guys. She's like, what is going on up here? And now she's like, now I know, and I'm going back to my pool.
That's because we are the first group.
Yeah, she's like, and I'm gonna go back to doing what killer whales do and just swim around and play and hang out with my friends. And sky hop. Always gotta know what's going on. They're super, super curious animals, which is really cool about them. Yeah.
Do they seek attention a lot as well?
Do they what?
Do they seek attention?
Oh yeah, for sure. When they see people around their environment, they're following you. Especially if you have a bucket in your hands, they're like, what are you doing? Where can I go? Yeah, see what's going on.
Now wait, is this a different one?
And they even talk to you too. I love when they vocalize with you. So this is still Nalani. Yeah, Nalani. And then
Nalani.
And then Malia's the one that's over there.
Yeah. Obviously there were some yuppie parents.
What was that? So Katina is the matriarch of our pod, and she has given birth to 2 of the calves that we have here. So she's related to Nalani.
And these
She's
are the
Katina's
last of
mom.
them, right?
And then yeah, this is. So and she's also related to Makayo. But luckily they're all really, really young. So female killer whales will live up to about 60 years old, and male killer whales will live up to about 40. And all of them are between the ages of 13 and 17. So they got a whole lot of time left.
Oh,
with
this
us.
is a long time.
It will be my whole career for sure. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've been thinking like this is all closing soon.
Not,
That ain't close enough.
nope. We plan on keeping these guys here for the
This
rest of
won't
their
be
lives.
anymore, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a long time off. That's still a good 40, 50 years ago. Put it away.
Do I want to come back up?
Put it away.